The Landau family is building a second home in central Vermont. A home in Vermont without a furnace.
On the first floor, we have dining, living room, and kitchen. All the windows here on the south side. This extra one here at the end of the hallway.
They hope the new home's southern exposure, combined with a few other attributes, will make it a certified passive home. Common in Europe, but rare in the United States, passive homes are so thoroughly insulated and so tightly sealed that they require minimal heat, even here in chilly New England.
I remember reading a book about a building engineer in England who designed and built a house which was only heated by his tea kettle and his buddies he brought over to have a party and drink some beer. So just the idea that it was so insulated, it could keep warm with just the oven, the cooktop, and the bodies inside. I thought that was a really fascinating idea.
The Landaus, who currently live in suburban Boston, say that finding the materials and expertise to build a passive house in this country was initially challenging. Not even their friends understood what they were trying to do.
And they say, what's the point? Why would you do something different? Because everybody else has 6-inch studs, seem to be fine for everybody else. You can buy good double pane windows, and I said, it just doesn't compare.
It really doesn't. Conventional homes can use up to 90% more heating and cooling energy than passive homes. But passive homes do cost more. In Europe, the additional cost can be as little as 2 to 3%. But in the U.S., without an established supply chain, it's much higher.
We think that the cost here is going to be 15 to 20% more than our standard because it's thicker, there's more insulation, there's a little more in the layers, so there's a little more labor.
Ted Benson, a New Hampshire-based builder, is part of the team of architects and other contractors the Landaus hired to build and design their home. Benson's crew assembles the thick walls and specialty windows of the Landaus' home in a warehouse. But the requirements of the Passive House certification have made some of the family's wishes impractical.
Being up in Vermont, coming in from a cold, snowy day, it's nice to have a stove to heat up the house and to sit in front of. And even if it's just for psychological reasons, we wanted to have that. And we were told, oh no, it's going to heat up the house way too much. That won't work.
Then, someone suggests they could just open a window if things got too hot on a winter day. After nearly a year, the foundation and central beams and walls rise. Compared to building a conventional home, the Landaus estimate it will cost an additional $50,000 to build to the passive standard. At current heating fuel prices, they could earn that back in 10 years.
We don't want to be reliant on imported oil to heat our house.
It makes so much sense to build this way. It's very common all throughout Europe.
They have a long-term view there.
And it's surprising that it's considered anything different or unusual here. It shouldn't be. It should be standard.